Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ, and this is kind of a weird video. I haven't done this kind of video before, but this is kind of a discussion video on fruits and vegetables. Now, I don't want to bore y'all with my opinions and ranting and thoughts about certain fruits and vegetables and their health benefits and whatnot, and why they exist. So, if you don't like this kind of content, go away. Expect an album review later today. But for me, I just want to get this video out of the way. I got a list. It's quite a list. Half of it is vegetables, the other half is fruits. There's more fruits than I thought there was. There's a lot of fruits out there. So, yesterday I talked to my father about potentially getting some certain vegetables in my diet, and well, yeah. So let's just get on with this. If you don't like to watch videos about food because it makes you hungry or whatever, then whatever. So yeah, watch at your own risk. Listen at your own risk. So the first vegetable I'd like to talk about is broccoli. I'm a big fan of broccoli. I know it's a stereotype that some folks just don't like broccoli. Kids especially kind of like just cringe at it. And well, to be honest, even I was one of those, but quickly I kind of ascended the ranks of the vegetable kingdom, and I'm just smitten with broccoli. It's good. It really is. I haven't had broccoli for a while, and well, I kind of miss it, so that's why I want it back in my diet, and I want to eat broccoli. Broccoli is good. When cooked, obviously when it's all baked and browned and you know, cooked in the oven or whatnot, or in a pressure cooker, it's just wrong. You don't brown a vegetable like broccoli. It just tastes awful. Same thing with the next vegetable I'm talking about, cauliflower, which is a white vegetable that basically looks like a more somewhat puffed up version of broccoli, but it's white. And but yeah, broccoli is my favorite vegetable. Cauliflower is good. It's just I hate when it's browned. And yeah. Excuse me. Cauliflower does provide health benefits when cooked properly. You know, eating broccoli and really any vegetable in its purest form, does offer a lot of health benefits and just good things. You know, sometimes fruits can have the opposite, where most of them are just they have like fructose in their natural sugar banks, you know. So, but yeah, broccoli and cauliflower, both very good vegetables. Carrots are another vegetable that I happen to be a fan of. Unfortunately, there's just some things about the little baby carrots, which I think are just cut up long carrots and shaped and whatnot and bleached. I heard that apparently, like, you know, you go to Dierberg's and you find a big sack of like a plastic sack of what's it called, of baby carrots, and yeah, I heard that they, in the factories, they bleach the baby carrots with I don't know, some kind of bleach water or something. I don't know if that's even true or not, but once I heard this, I thought, oh no, what have I been eating over the years? It's like, why do they put shit in our food that doesn't need to be there? So there's like they were giving the baby carrots the natural shine and well, unnatural shine that they have been you know, they just look pleasant, but at the same time, no. Carrots when cooked are pretty good too, and also whiskey carrots are interesting. You know, those are good. Peas, here we go into some vegetables that I'm not a big fan of. I never liked peas. I never will like peas. I will never eat peas. I've tried them before. They're just like little balls of what the fuck, you know. I just never get. I'm just not a fan of peas. I never liked them. I just pretty much hate them. Brussels sprouts. I never understood what the fuck Brussels sprouts even were. They're these balls. They're like the testicles of the Jolly Green Giant, if you know what that is. And yeah, I don't think I've ever had a Brussels sprout, and I don't think I ever will, because I just don't get the concept of the Brussels sprout. Another one is celery. Now, celery can sometimes be used when, you know, chopped up in stuffing for Thanksgiving. So, since, you know, Thanksgiving is still a thing here in American culture, and sometimes you'll have celery in the stuffing, and it's good. It's a good way to get the celery and get the nutrients that the vegetable gives you. Otherwise, I wouldn't dare eat celery plain, raw, and just, yeah. Another one is onions, and oh god, the legend of the onion. Yes, onions. I used to eat onion rings, for crying out loud, and I absolutely refuse now because they're just not good for you when they're fried like that. And onions in their purest form, you know, here's the deal. When you peel an onion, you rip off the skin, and then you slice it into slices and rings and whatnot. They make you cry. They make you tear up. Like, you're not crying tears of like joy or happiness or hatred. There's no emotion to it. You're just crying. You're just literally shedding tears because the onion, that's how powerful the fucking onion is. It's that powerful. The fumes permeating your eyeballs, just making your eyeballs just ugh. It's kind of an annoying thing to have happen. And honestly, for that reason, I refuse to touch onions, because onions are just bad. Well, they might have health benefits, but at the same time, yeah. In the similar vein of onions, you know, green onions are a thing. And I think an offshoot of the green onion is the leek. You know, Hatsune Miku of a Japanese Vocaloid. She's often commonly seen in some animations and whatnot. Even in a recent anime from last year, I think. Jashin Chan Dropkick Season 3. And she was holding a leek. And yeah, I can get behind that vegetable, but as long as it doesn't make me cry like a typical fucking onion. So the leek is an interesting vegetable. It has an interesting Y shape to it, almost. And for that, I can get behind it. I don't think I've ever had a leek. And I'm not sure if I'm going to, but whatever. Olives. Oh boy, olives. I hate olives. I refuse to eat olives. Yeah, olives, they just look like the testicles of a dead, rotting corpse. It's like they're like dead, decayed, rotting corpse testicles. Either that or just weird eyeballs of some sort that are from a corpse in like some kind of fictional horror story or whatever. And like a zombie's corpse or something, or a zombie's testicles, you know. So I don't like olives. I mean, olive oil is used for certain things, but you know, that doesn't matter. As long as the oil is used for stuff, you know, like baking and whatnot, and other food methods. Otherwise, I can't get behind olives. They're disgusting. Asparagus is one where it's just basically a length. It's basically like it's basically a cannabis bud at the tip with a long shaft. green shaft of some sort. That's basically what asparagus is, and I absolutely can't get behind it. It's just weird. It's a vegetable that I refuse to touch because just of how weird it is. It's like the Jolly Green Giant's cock, basically. And it is absolutely just weird. I can't get behind asparagus, and I just yeah. Lettuce, I know lettuce, and there's all different forms of lettuce, like arugula and whatnot. But lettuce, it's used for salad commonly. And I've tried salad before, and I absolutely fucking hate it. I hate salad. You can't get me to try salad. I refuse. It's just bleh. I've tried it before, and it's just bad. I can't get behind salad. I just never liked the taste of salad and all of its components. Corn is a starchy vegetable. On the cob is specifically where I hate it. It's basically like a shaft, a rod. The core is a rod, and it's surrounded by little buds of corn. Corn, corn when it's not on the cob, I can eat better because it's easier for me to eat. But other than that, I just don't eat corn on the cob because, Iowa, the state of Iowa is famous for its cornfields and whatnot, and growing a lot of corn, and I'm sure America has capitalized on that and whatnot. So, but yeah, corn on the cob, it's just kind of annoying to eat because the corns can get stuck in your teeth, and that's just annoying. So, it's not completely a vegetable. Well, it is a vegetable, but it's a starchy vegetable. And on that same route, we go with potatoes, our final vegetable, and then we'll make it to part 2 of the video where we talk about fruits. So, potatoes are basically another starchy vegetable, sorry. They have no seeds, and they vary. They vary from like these little testicle-like things to big brown-skinned things. And they do provide health benefits, but mostly in the skins. But you really do have to like be wary of what's on the skin of a potato, and just be wary of what's on it, because otherwise you might get something that should not be on a potato, and you may end up sick and possibly dead. But potatoes definitely are good. It's just when you eat them as fries, when you eat them fried in general, then it tends to like get unhealthy and bad and just bleh. So, I mean, I've been eating fries for the past couple decades or so. So I don't. Same thing with chips. Potatoes that are chopped up and turned into chips is just. It's like, where's the health benefits in that? There are none. And yet, they're still making chips. They're still making fries. But, it's hard to not eat this kind of food. Just the way they make the chips and the fries. Well, it is an easy way. There is an easy way to not eat this shit. Just don't buy the shit. So, but otherwise, yeah, potatoes do have health benefits inside, but mostly in the skins. The skins will give you some kind of nutrients, and there's a lot of other vegetables, ones on this list, that have quite a bit of health benefits, more so than the fruits. And with that, we're going into the second part of this video. Fruits, starting with the classic ones. Oh boy, apples. So, in general, fruits have seeds in them. Oh, and there's one I forgot to put on here. Hang on. So there's a lot of fruits to go over. So first off, apples. Oh, apples. They're these basically things that are red or green. They come in red, they come in green. I used to really like apples. In green, they're a bit more sour than the red ones. The red ones were sweet. And the problem, this is the problem with fruits in general, is that the sweetness, that's not artificial just sweetness. That is natural sugars, natural sweeteners that are born into the fruit. And the problem with this is it's mostly just fructose, and it's not really good for you. So sometimes, I don't know, sometimes a fruit can be good every now and then, but it's mostly vegetables that have the true health benefits. And it really depends on the vegetable, I think. And in some cases, some fruits don't have very many health benefits. They just have fructose. But apples, you gotta watch out for the core. You gotta eat around the core and try not to swallow a seed, or try not to bite into the core and take a seed down the throat and possibly die from that, because that's just, oh my god. But yeah, apples were great. Oranges, there's different types of oranges. There's the standard orange, where the problem with the orange is that it's absolutely fucking annoying to have to peel the orange and just rip off that peel and exposing the insides of the orange. And when it's done sparingly, when it's done properly, you get the main meat of the order, the citrusy stuff that you need, or well, not that you need, but that you want. And once you bite into the orange, the piece of the orange that you peel out of the very many sections, it launches a blast of citric juice into your mouth, and it's really good. And orange juice is made out of orange juice, and the juice, obviously, that's from the oranges. That's why it's called orange juice. Apple juice is made from apples. You squeeze them down and compress them, and there you get the juice. And then there's artificial shit as well that's put in everywhere. So, but oranges, they're good every now and then, but it's just, I hate having to peel the fucking orange. Same thing with tangerines, which are baby oranges somewhat. They're like orange balls of some sort, and clementines, which are another thing. Basically the same thing as a baby orange or a tangerine. And then there's the almighty blood orange, which is I've never had a blood orange, but I heard that it's like inside it's more it's like an orange, but I think it's some ways sweeter from what I've heard, or the why it gets the blood orange thing. The blood is the darker, is the more red coloring of it, and it's a different thing. You know, it's different from the standard orange, and it's just an interesting thing. You know, problem is it's the fructose that's not good for you. Moving on to bananas, they're basically dicks that hang off of a tree. Yellow dicks that hang off of a tree. So, I used to eat a fuck ton of bananas. Throughout the past 2 decades, I used to eat bananas, and they were great. It's just pull the peel. You just hold the banana. You pull the peel off in several sections, and you just eat. And for the most part, I enjoyed them. Over time, though, you gotta eat them fresh. You gotta eat them when they're just right, when they're ripe, and when they're just not going bad. When they're brown, that's when they start to get kind of... Well, in some ways, brown bananas kind of have health benefits, but not really. I mean, bananas in general, I tend to avoid because I just got sick of them. I really did. I loved bananas for the longest time. I was like a monkey for crying out loud. But I really did like bananas at one point. I quit eating them because I just quit eating them. So, eggplants. Imagine a car powered by eggplants. Eggplants are fucking weird. Yes, they look cool, kind of. They're this purple vegetable-looking thing. I always assumed that eggplants were part of the vegetable thing. Because when you go to Dierberg's and you go to, like, the vegetable aisle, you'll see eggplants with the vegetables. It's like, is it a vegetable or is it a fruit? And apparently it's a fruit because it has seeds, but at the same time, it's in the vegetable section. This isn't hard to deal with. It's like, you either believe it's a fruit or you believe it's a vegetable. You're wrong either way. The true nature, the true designation of the eggplant is yet to be determined, I think. It's the same with the tomato, but we'll go on to that later. But yeah, eggplants, I never got into eggplants. I could never eat an eggplant. Just the name kind of turns me off. It's like eggplant. It's like an egg made of a plant. It's like, what the fuck is this vegetable or fruit? It's the same thing. It's two. There's two things. It's a fruit and a vegetable. What the fuck? Pumpkins. I know I'm not talking about jack-o'-lanterns, although the big orange pumpkins that we carve into jack-o'-lanterns during Halloween time, those are what I'm talking about, not the other types of pumpkins. The jack-o'-lantern ones, they don't have very many health benefits. They don't really taste that good, from what I've heard. The closest thing I've had to eating pumpkin at all is pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie, and pumpkin-related cookies of some sort. I don't know. To eat a pumpkin in its purest form is kind of just like you're just expecting a bad taste to come, and that's just a thing that does not need to happen. And yeah. Tomatoes. Are they a fruit or are they a vegetable? I always assumed they were a vegetable, and I stand by that because they're always in the fucking vegetable section. Yes, they're a fruit. They have seeds. They have seeds. They have a core. Well, it's because they have a core. That doesn't mean anything, but they have seeds, and they're commonly seen in the vegetable section. The little mini tomatoes go into little baby tomatoes go into a salad, which has lettuce, which is a vegetable, and you're combining fruits and vegetables together. But the tomato, it's still a vegetable. It's always seen in the vegetable section with other vegetables. It's like, what the fuck? Make up your minds, put it in the vegetable section, and call it a vegetable, and always, I can argue about this forever, but I don't have the time or the patience to do that, and really, honestly, there's no arguing. It's either a fruit or a vegetable. Take your fuck pick. Next, kumquats. That name makes me laugh, because, what, you're coming while squatting? What the fuck? I don't remember seeing a kumquat. I can't remember the last time I've seen anything in the vegetable section at a Dierberg's. And if you don't have a Dierberg's near you, whatever. You have something, I'm sure. Something similar to Dierberg's. But kumquats, just the name of the fruit. I think it's a fruit. Maybe it's a vegetable. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. Just the name sounds kind of weird and disturbing in a way, because the word "cum" is in it. Yeah. Moving on to dragon fruit. Now this is an interesting one. It's not made of actual dragons. Obviously, dragons are a mythological creature. They're not real. But dragon fruit is an interesting fruit. My sister is a fan of it, and I'm not sure if it has health benefits, but it's just one of those kind of experimental fruits. It's like one of those interesting sort of off balances and whatnot. You know, it's a fruit that is kind of for fun. You know, so maybe it's a fruit to listen to. Maybe dragon fruit is a fruit to eat while playing D&D. I don't know. Grapes. I have a story. I have a story about grapes. In elementary school, I was in the cafeteria with everybody else, and we were eating lunch, and I was eating grapes. They had seeds in them, and I was choking. I had a seeded grape in my esophagus. I was choking on it, and a teacher assistant had to come up from behind me and just do the Heimlich maneuver thing, or whatever it's called, and she saved my life. I was very grateful for that. So I spat out the seed and the grape in general, and I was forever thankful for that. So there you go. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it because that's exactly what happened. But grapes, as long as they don't have seeds in them, I'm perfectly fine with them. I actually prefer green grapes over the regular purple grapes. Purple grapes, you know, grapes are sometimes used for making wine, which is interesting. Grape juice, I mean, again, there's artificial shit in it, so it's not worth drinking in my opinion. But I used to eat a ton of grapes off the vine, the little just conglomerate of vines that the grapes would be on, like here, you know. I used to eat green grapes. Those were always my favorite type of grapes. And when grapes became raisins, that's when things started to get a bit weird, because I liked raisins for a time. I don't remember the last time I've had fucking raisins, but they're basically just dried out grapes that, yeah. Not the best way to eat a grape, but I understand if it's the easiest way for you to eat a grape, so be it. You're wrong. Grapefruit is something similar to like an orange. And I've never had a grapefruit. I think I've had like grapefruit flavored something. I don't know. Juice, I think. And it tasted artificial. And yeah. Again, eating these in their purest form is where you'll probably get the most health benefits. But again, fruits don't have as much health benefits nowadays as vegetables do. Vegetables definitely in their purest form, when eaten in their purest form. Obviously you have to wash them and potentially cook them if you want them to be cooked. Yeah. Either way, eat them, wash them, and then eat them raw. That's where you're going to get the health benefits, I think. But grapefruit is an interesting concept I haven't heard much of, but I always thought it was like an alternate version of the grape. It was like a grape version of the orange, which is weird, but it's not. It's something different, and I don't have much to say about it. Strawberries. Now we're getting into some berry-related stuff. Oh boy, strawberries. These little purple, or these little red things that look like, I don't know. They have these leaves coming off the top, and we all know what strawberries are like. Because remember the song "Strawberry Wine"? I hate that song. Fuck you if you like that song. Strawberries are great. They used to be. Sometimes, if you get strawberries fresh, most of the time you're probably just going to ignore them, but have a couple every now and then for a snack. But for the most part, you know, the problem with strawberries is that once you get them fresh, you have to eat them within a certain period of time. This is the problem with all fruits and vegetables. You have to eat them within a certain period of time, otherwise they mold, they go bad, they go off. And that's just... That's the curse of food in general. It's gonna go bad. It's gonna go off. It's gonna make you throw it away, and you're wondering where your money went. So, but strawberries, decent. Next, we got cherries. Cherries are these little round red balls that are on the stem, and you know, I used to like cherry flavored things, but those are most likely just artificial flavor things. Like cherry pie is probably a good way to get cherries into you, but the problem is it's still pie. It's dessert. So cherry pie is good. I always thought cherry pie was like an American pie, but I could be wrong. But cherry is definitely interesting. It's just that, again, the fructose problem exists. The natural sweeteners are a problem sometimes. Blueberries. I used to really like blueberries. They're these. They're one of the only true blue foods. Otherwise, everything else is just artificially, doused in blue food dye, and just it's a nightmare. So blueberries and the Irish bilberry, which I've never had before, but the blueberries, they're just these tiny little balls of blueness, and they're good. They really are. They're nice to have every now and then. Just you gotta, again, eat them at a certain period of time, within a certain window of time before they go bad. And they do have their health benefits, but again, they're not completely good for you, but they do offer some nutrition in a way. Blackberries. I used to be a fan of blackberries. They're basically just these little they're basically like raspberries if you know what those are, but they're like darker, much darker, way darker, and that's why they're called blackberries, because they're basically raspberries, and raspberries are good too. And again, eat them within a certain period of time before they go bad, and again, they have seeds inside them, so yeah. Peaches. Peaches are a fruit. They're another ball sort of fruit that have a core inside of them. It's a spherical, circular spherical thing. It's basically a seed, and if you remove the seed from the peach, you could probably plant that seed into the ground and probably grow your own peaches out of that. Problem is, you don't know where that peach has been, honestly. It could have been mechanically reclaimed or at some stage, or something like chicken tends to be sometimes, if that's actually a thing. But yeah, peaches. I like peaches. Canned peaches, again, you don't know where those have been, honestly. Oh, and there was one I forgot. There's another one I forgot too. We'll get to that. Hold on. Oh, there's two. But yeah, peaches definitely used to be a good food. Avocado. I can't get behind avocado because of guacamole. I just refuse to eat guacamole. Sure, it sounds like something that would have health benefits to some discrepancy, but it's just, what the fuck. Avocado, you take out the core, which is just a ball. It's a big ball that's a seed. Plant that in the ground and grow your own avocados, but those might not be very good quality avocados. Avocados, just, what's the point of these things? Are they? Yeah, they're fruits because they have seeds in them, but can a vegetable have a seed too? Is it possible for vegetables to have seeds in them so you can grow them from that? I don't think so, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Anyway, kiwi. So has anybody ever had kiwis? They're basically these furry things with inside they have black seeds and this green mass of stuff inside, and I used to like kiwis, but at the same time, as time went on, I kind of forgot about kiwis and just kind of abandoned them. They're better when soft and easier to eat. They have a bit of a sourness to them, but as well as a sweetness to some degree. And that's all I have to say about that. I completely forgot about pears. Does anybody eat pears anymore? Oh my god. I like pears. I really do. Canned pears, not so much anymore because why? Why would you eat pears from a fucking can? Just eat it normally. And yeah, throw away the core when you're done with it. It's like apples. You, excuse me. It's like you eat the outside of the pear. You eat the meat, basically. That sounded wrong. And after you're done, you throw away the core. And yeah. Pears are a great fruit. They're very sweet. Again, it's the fructose. It's the natural sweeteners, and I just really like pears. I haven't had a pear in God knows how long, but whatever. Cantaloupe is another fruit. It's a big head-shaped thing in a way. It's a big ball. Let's say that, a big ball with an outside texture around it. And inside, obviously, there's seeds at the core, but the main draw to the cantaloupe is the cantaloupe part. Is the basically you cut a cantaloupe in half, and inside the orange bits, that's what you eat. You don't eat the seeds. You don't eat the area of the seeds. You eat the orange bits. And those are fun to eat too. Cantaloupes were great. So, and honeydew as well. If anybody has ever had honeydew, it's basically a big green ball of some sort. And inside, again, it has seeds, but the green part is what you eat. The green part that's what you eat. My God, there's way too many fruits that I've discovered. But yeah, cantaloupe and honeydew, we used to eat cantaloupe and honeydew. They're both great fruits. They at least were until we stopped buying them because we just haven't bought them in forever. So, the final fruit we'll be talking about, I can't believe there's more fruits than vegetables on this list. So, the final fruit is watermelon. Yeah, watermelon. When the seeds are not in the watermelon, then it's fine. But when the seeds are in the watermelon, and you chop up the watermelon into slices and whatnot, and you eat it like that, you just eat it like by the rim, and then you choke on a seed and probably die, unless someone comes up from behind you and saves your life. But yeah, watermelons, they do have a unique taste to them. And they definitely had a great, for the most part, they are enjoyable to eat. Especially when you're holding the rim part, the rim of the shell, and you just eat it like this. So, it's a good, at least it was a good fruit. I can't remember the last time I've had a fucking watermelon, but, oh well. Watermelon, and pretty much, shelled fruits in general, fruits that have this outer shell, kind of like the cantaloupe, and to an extent the honeydew as well. And I'm sure there's other fruits out there everywhere in the world that I've forgotten about. There's a Japanese fruit I think it's called yuzu. There's definitely a couple of anime characters I've heard of from a couple of Yuri animes that are named yuzu. Yuzu is I think it's a Japanese citrus fruit, so it's a very citrusy thing, hence why yuzu from the anime Citrus. The anime is called Citrus and the manga is called Citrus because the character yuzu is named after a fruit. So yeah, fruits and vegetables. Fruits, while there are plenteous of them, they have their health benefits in a lesser extent because they're further masked by the natural sweeteners that are embedded into these as they're grown and created and whatnot. They're still enjoyable to eat, But for the most part, nowadays, fruits are not considered as healthy as we like to believe. Vegetables, on the other hand, most of the time you'll get health benefits from the vegetables. Especially vegetables that are not even considered vegetables. I mean, look at fucking tomatoes and eggplants. Again, tomatoes, I considered them as vegetables for the longest time. I still do, because they're seeing the fucking vegetable aisle. Same thing with eggplants. And pumpkins to an extent. And kumquats. I don't even know if kumquats are a fruit or vegetable. Do they have seeds in them? Maybe. I don't know. I don't really care. Point is, this is a long ass video talking about food, so but yeah, post in the comment section below what your favorite fruit or vegetables are, and if there's any I've missed, post those in the comment section below as well. So if you like this kind of content, well, I'm not gonna do this all the time, but this is just a video I felt like making because I just wanted to make it, so there you go. Yeah, stay tuned for more videos. I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day, and peace.